happened, maybe that would have happened anyway. But now we know. There's a new enemy.
You're more like us than them. You don't belong with these people. This fair could be our last chance.
But what does it mean for Alexandria to survive if the kingdom falls?
It means Alexandria survives.
From the moment that Sadiq and Michonne were outside the gates of Hilltop, there's a different energy in the air. It just reveals how much time has passed since we've crossed through those gates.
State your business.
These are friends, but they're friends we haven't seen, and some things have happened and people have not necessarily been there for each other. For Sadiq and Michonne, who aren't strangers to have to give up their weapons, I think it's a little breadcrumb of the fact that history that has occurred here is maybe not so rosy.
When Tara and Michonne finally see each other, it's very tense.
Where's Jesus?
Out with the search party looking for Eugene.
Eugene's missing? Since when?
I don't know. Thought you would.
Tara doesn't give it. She's like, hey, I left Alexandria. You can't come in here and demand things or bark orders at me because I left that community and this is my home now.
There was something very heartbreaking about Carol and Michonne's reconnection and yet inability to actually connect.
Between the two of them, it was awkward.
I didn't expect to see you here.
Same.
Michonne has love and true compassion for her friends, but what she has decided on, what they have become as a community, she is not willing to go back on. She's not willing to adjust. I read Ezekiel's letter, and I'm sorry for your trouble.
You can still help. We really need this fair. If Alexandria could just send a delegation.
I'm sorry.
Whatever happened was so bad, so painful. Michonne just couldn't bring herself to have any part of another community.
Kingdom is kingdom. Hilltop is here, and Alexandria is there. And in between, there's a whole lot of broken world, and we cannot pretend otherwise.
In this future, Michonne has had to cut off a little bit of the empathy that she has for the people that she loves. It's not that she doesn't feel for them, it's just that she has prioritized the safety of Alexandria and her children over everything else.
My favorite storyline in the comics is the Whispers. It's such a surprising thing.
We have to get out of here. The herd that followed us here is on its way back. We have to get away before it comes back. This wasn't a normal herd.
The Whisperers are absolutely terrifying. If you've got the power of the Walkers behind you, that is a potent threat.
They were whispering to each other.
It really changes the dynamic of the world in a significant way. They have become quite accustomed to killing walkers. They know what that process is, but now they're off their footing.
There's no way that's the same herd.
It's confusing for the characters, and I think it's an unsettling moment when you first see the Whisperers move like humans.
Now it's a brand new battle to fight in a whole new way. This is not Negan, this is not the governor, this is a very pernicious group of people.
The loss of Jesus is pretty massive because it's so shocking. Nobody really expects Jesus to be caught off guard. He was just one of those characters who could handle just about anything.
No! 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 It's the ultimate sacrifice of the soldier in the moment to protect the others. He lost his life.
Our characters have learned how to survive in this world, so they're no longer in a place where they're losing people all the time. They've figured out how to thrive in this world. There are families, there's growth, there's life. Life is coming back, and to have somebody as vibrant and full of life and as kind as Jesus be cut down like that, it makes them all vulnerable. This is a really different sort of vibe for a mid-season finale for us. It's just very sort of quiet and creepy, and it's a different kind of horror.
I've been a big fan of the comics since like the first issue, and now we're getting one of the best bad guys in the whole comic series.
The Whisperers scalp the skin off of walkers and then wear it on their own bodies.
Greg Nicotero spent a lot of time working on planning the design of the Whisperers.
It looks like a zombie face, but the eyes have been poured out. It's hemmed together with little bits of leather.
And they're just creepy. It's something that the group hasn't seen before, and the audience hasn't seen before. We chose to build the cemetery set on stage because one of the elements we knew was going to be important was weather and fog and thunderhead clouds and lightning. And to really do those things well and in a short time frame, you need to have a controlled environment.
We built this fake crevasse and set decked all these actual real stones. Our fabulous graphic designer, Marie, designed this deep, dense, foggy-esque woods. And when the fog gets in here, it just blends itself really nice with a lot of these existing trees to make this eerie cemetery vibe.
We're using liquid CO2 that help us produce that very low-lying fog. Then our normal smoke machines, we run them through a cooling box and it makes it hang longer.
It's so foggy you can't see like 5 feet in front of you. So we're like, we gotta be safe and have some fun.
And everything, you can just barely see stuff. You don't know what's what. Yeah, you just can't find the Pop-Tarts.
It was a scary, scary set to be in, and it was all completely fake.
Russ is very good at his voices, and he was doing lightsaber noises, and Josh had a little lightsaber battle.
Tom was very excited about his last fight scene. He just wanted it epic. That's all he said, epic.
In this sequence, you get to see Jesus using his sword and his kicking, martial arts ability, and taking out walkers, which is something that I have wanted to do on the show since I have been on the show. And so to have done it in such a satisfying sequence was really fun for me.
Jesus, come on! When we do these big battle scenes, we have these weapons. We take one of those swords and we cut it in half and put a little green tracking on it, and then they can use that to swing and stab and hack and slash to extend the weapon, and we're gonna have to match that. Jesus, he just done this badass like kung fu fight scene. And then he sees one more, he's like, I got this. But that walker ducks out of his way and stabs him in the back because he's not a walker, he's a whisperer.
It always sucks to lose a character, and Jesus is a big, big character in the comics, and I think he's always been one of those characters the audience just naturally loves. He has a great, joyful quality about him. To be the character who introduces the new giant threat, I think is a great way to go. It's a big loss, but it's definitely the start of a massive new chapter in the show.
The Walking Dead has put me into contact with so many thousands of people all around the world, and that's honestly been the biggest gift. I'm very grateful for everything the show has given me. And every day I've come to work on this episode, I've been excited to come to work and jumping for joy. I mean, thank you very much. And that was always kind of exciting for me.
Mom, they killed Jesus.
Can we buy us a foot nap?
Thank you so much for being a fan of Jesus, and I will see you at a convention somewhere soon.
Jesus! Come on! You are where you do not belong. No! 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 No!
These walkers, what are they?